Good morning, everybody. I'm a professor of architecture, and in my courses, I tell my students that in order to be good architects, they have to take care of three factors: aesthetics, function, and strength. However, I tell them one more thing. I tell them to understand the spirit of the place where they are designing their building. Because the spirit of the place consists of all the social, cultural, and physical values of that specific environment. Today, I'm going to tell you about the understanding of these values. In other words, the importance of minding rather than never minding these factors. I'm going to talk about UNESCO World Heritage and the challenges of preserving cultural values. First of all, I would like to tell you what is UNESCO. UNESCO is a word consisting of the first letters of some words: United Nations Educational, Scientific, Cultural Organization. It is a branch of United Nations. And this is the building where it is located in Paris. And I would like to also tell you how the concept of World Heritage developed. In 1959, Egyptian government asked the United Nations to UNESCO that two of their very important temples were going to be underwater because of the construction of Aswan Dam. So, here, it's a graphic. And then there was a collaboration between nations of UNESCO, and soon all these monuments were carried 65 meters above, and these temples were saved, and they are now in the World Heritage List. So this gave an explanation to, or a hope for the future, for the preservation of all cultural and natural wealth in the world to UNESCO. As a result, the concept of World Heritage List appeared, and in 1972, a convention was signed in accordance with this idea of preserving natural and cultural wealth on the world. Whenever you see this logo here, you can conclude that you are facing a World Heritage Site. So this is the logo that you can analyze, or when you see this logo, you can understand that this is World Heritage Site. Of course, it is a very important and difficult process. You can see here all the steps that you have to follow to be on this list. All the countries in the world are trying to be in this list, and as of today, as of July 2016, there are 1,052 properties from 165 countries in the world which are on the World Heritage List. And here are some examples of the cultural heritage. As you can see, the Taj Mahal and the Pisa Tower and the China Wall, and also the Abu Simbel temple in Egypt. Of course, there is also the natural heritage that we have to take care about. Here is the Iguazu Falls in Brazil and Argentina. And also, I wanted to mention the properties in Turkey. We have 16 properties in Turkey, starting from 1985 until today. 16 sites have been listed, and here are the 16 sites that are in the World Heritage List. The last one that was included is Ani, which is in Kars. Bursa has been included in the World Heritage List in 2014 as the 12th site here you can see. Of course, it's not only the tangible cultural heritage or natural heritage that we have to talk about. There is also intangible cultural heritage. For example, from Portugal, maybe you know these famous songs, Fado. That's an example of an intangible cultural heritage. This is, for example, from Turkey, the Sema, Mevlevi Sema ceremony, and Karagöz from Bursa region. Now, the second part of my speech is related with Bursa and how it was accepted in the World Heritage Site. Bursa and Cumalı Kızık, the birth of the Ottoman Empire, was the name of our folder. I was the site manager in this process, and we went through all the 10 steps that I showed you diagrammatically a few slides ago. We have 6 different parts. This is the Hans area, 5 of these külliyes, and then Cumalı Kızık. And this is the 38th UNESCO World Heritage Committee meeting. This is the moment when Bursa was declared to be on the World Heritage, and you can see how, what a big happiness that everybody felt when it was announced. I was born in Bursa, and I feel I'm a part of this city. I belong to this city. Even though I work in Istanbul at the moment, it was one of the most rewarding moments of my life. I had a vision. It was a very difficult folder. It was a very difficult process because we had 6 different sites, but we went through all the phases and finally we succeeded. And these are after the declaration of being on the World Heritage List. This is with our consulate and a celebration of the heritage. And of course, then when you are included in the World Heritage List, you get a very important declaration which was given to the Minister of Culture by the head of the President of UNESCO. It was really a very important moment for us and also for the city itself. But the city itself showed its thanks to all of our team, because when we came back from Doha to Bursa, we saw all the Hans area filled with these kinds of banners and showing the thanks of people of Bursa. Now a little history of Bursa. As you can see, it was people have been living in this area since 6500 BC. But the city itself was founded in 185 BC by Prussians on top of a hill. And since then, this is the hill where it was founded. And since then, we can see that there was the Roman period, the Byzantine period, and the Ottoman period, followed by the Republican period. So Bursa is a city where you can see layers of different civilizations, and you can find traces of all these different periods in history. The most important factor about Bursa was its being the first Ottoman capital in the early 14th century, and which continued until Istanbul became the capital in mid-15th century. During this time, each sultan who ruled in Bursa established a külliye, which we can translate into English as a complex consisting of all public monumental buildings like a mosque, an imaret serving food to poor people, a medrese, which was the educational center, a hammam, which was a thermal bath, and the tomb of the sultan who constructed that area. So these were like focal points in different hilltops, and the neighborhoods developed around these focal points. So it was a very, very interesting, outstanding, and unique way of developing the city, which was just a very small city on top of the hill until the Ottomans came. So our scenario, our story was related with this development of the city. And you can see how it developed from the small castle city to different parts of this city constructed by different sultans in time. And this is a photograph of how the complex was established. And this is where these complexes are located in the city. So very quickly I want to show you the six different sites that we have in our file. And this is the last one, this is Cumalı Kızık. And of course, as I said, it was a long process, but it was a very participatory process. All the stakeholders participated to the process, and there were different phases, like 4 different phases: analysis, and then determination of visions, production of action plans, and the production of the management plan. Of course, after Bursa was accepted in the World Heritage List, the story, I mean the general outlook of Bursa really changed. We had a lot of visitors, we had meetings with members of the bazaar or the central Hans area. Also, we had coordination meetings. We were trying to, and also we put these signs on all the public transportation, even on taxis and minibuses. So when you, from now on, if you see this logo anywhere, you will see in Bursa a lot of these. You will understand that we are trying to increase awareness that Bursa is a World Heritage Site, because it's not easy to get this title. We tried to establish rules for the bazaar. We held meetings with the Cumalı Kızık villagers. We contacted the postal services for the production of some stamps which showed our sites on the list. But the most importance that we gave most was to the education and awareness-raising activities in Bursa. We held a lot of meetings with high school children, high school youngsters, let's say, primary school children and kindergarten students. We went to them and we prepared all these books for them, for different age groups, and we tried to explain to them why it is important to be aware of our heritage, why it is important to preserve our heritage, and also how we can take pride in our heritage. So this was really something that we really gave a lot of importance to, and these are some pictures from that process. Last year in July, many people from UNESCO, 2 buses of high-level officials came from UNESCO to Bursa, and they were really interested in these children whom we had educated to become patrimonitos, who are the young heritage protectors. So, various activities of our team in many different places. Of course, it's not, we are not saying that we don't have any problems. We have a lot of problems in our areas, but we are aware of them, and we are trying to resolve them with the municipality of Bursa. This was a photograph exhibition. Again, one of the means that we are trying to increase the understanding of heritage, where we could see the living heritage areas, like children still using Yıldırım complex, the bazaars still flourishing, and mosques being used in different ways. Maybe you never saw Ulu Cami being used in this way, but people are using it different ways. So we became aware of these possibilities. In conclusion, I would like to tell you that we should not never mind your surroundings. It is your identity, it's your cultural values. And you should really be aware that in order to sustain these values, you should know how to take care about all these cultural and social values and physical values and carry them to later generations. There is a long and difficult process that stakeholders have to follow, but in order to ensure sustainability of these sites, we have to increase awareness, we have to increase or enable education related with cultural heritage, how to preserve it, how to be aware of it, and how to take pride of it. Thank you.